welcome to Life in Envelopes. I am Jennifer Bleecher. This channel is all about planning, budgeting, paying off debt, and my very exciting journey from full-time teacher to full-time Etsy shop owner and YouTuber. So if that is something that you think you would like to see, then please subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you along on this journey. In today's video, we're going to be doing my family budget check-in, and today's video is brought to you by my best friend patrons, Iaisha Allen, MamaRhi Plans, and Heather Taylor. Thank you guys so much for supporting me and my channel and everything I do for my business. I really appreciate you. Okay guys, I wanted to just jump on here and tell you a couple of things before we jump into the budget. So every week I get lots of suggestions and lots of ideas, and you guys often have really good ones, and I incorporate the good ones. I mean, not that there's any bad ones, just some that I can't do. And then there's some that I'm like, yes, that's a good idea and I need to do that. So I am going to be implementing some of your suggestions this week, and I just wanted to let you know which suggestions came from viewers. So first of all, it was suggested that I go ahead and pay off Logan's debt to David because we do have extra money this month. So I thought that was a really nice idea. So we're going to do that today. Also, I shared about, when I did the Etsy income video this week, I shared about how our shop is in debt right now. We just haven't been putting enough of percentage of the money that we make towards business expenses, and I am going to take a closer look at that for the upcoming year so that it's more balanced and we're able to pay cash for our business expenses instead of putting it on credit, which is what we've done this year. We've done both. We've paid cash, and then when we run out of cash but I still need supplies, like I need sticker paper or printer ink or whatever it is I need, I put it on a credit card because in my mind I was like, the business has to keep going. I can't just stop. So I want to be more balanced with that next year. But in the meantime, we have accumulated a lot of business debt. I have to look it up, but I'm not sure what it is, but it's a lot. And we're going to have some extra money this month. So after we take care of some family debt that we have, I think it's like $900, anything above that, we're going to go ahead and start taking care of that business debt, and we're going to start chipping away at that and get that taken care of. Okay, friends, thank you so much for watching. Let's jump into the budget and see how everything's going to work out this week. Today I am using the Budget by Paycheck workbook by the Budget Mom, as well as her Filofax. I do have a link to her website in the description box below where you can find these items. Okay, starting with the expense tracker, the way I use her expense trackers is I do one per week. I color code them by budget category, and then I make a key down here where I put the grand total of each budget category. That way at the end of the month, when we go to the budget closeout pages, the where did my money go pages at the end of the month, then I have all the information I need. It's all like nice and neat for me. Okay, so let's see where our money went this week. These stickers are for my friend Cara Jo Plans, and I actually just realized today I am out of blue, light blue, so I'm going to be using gray until I can get in another order with her. But I love her category stickers. Okay, so let's start with bills. We only had one bill come out this week, and that was for Disney Plus, and that was for $9. It came out on the 11th. That was yesterday. By the way, Google Fi came out last week, and I put it on the budget for this week, so I'm going to show you how I'm going to handle that when we get to the budget sheet. Okay, debt. We had one debt payment this week to our SUV, which is $118, and that came out on the 6th. You know, I'm not going to have room there, so I'm going to put it here. I always put my variable categories on these 2 days, so I know I don't have space for other things. Okay, moving on to my variable categories. Those are my fixed expenses. So for variable, for food, we spent $150 on food. For gas, again, we did not spend any money on gas this week, even though we took out money and put it in our cash envelope. So I'm going to show you what we're going to do with that money when we get to the budget sheet. For miscellaneous, we ended up spending $70. For spending money, we did our normal 45. That is 20 for me, 20 for David, and 5 for Logan. For sinking funds, debt snowball, we did not add any money to that this week. We do that, I usually save up all month long, and then the first week of the following month, we do it then. And then finally, our savings challenges, we ended up putting $64 towards our savings challenges last week. Okay, so let's head over to the budget sheet. So let's take a look at how we did versus what we budgeted. So starting with our rollover amount, we did have $932 and Etsy was $12.84. You know, technically we didn't have $932 because Google Fi came out last week and we didn't count it. But just to offset that, I'm going to count it in today's budget. So it's still getting accounted for. Okay, so all together that was $2,216. Okay, so the SUV came out and it was $118. Disney Plus came out and it was $9. MetroNet did not come out, so I need to make sure that when I set up the budget for week 3 that I include that bill on there. And Google Fi actually came out week 1, but we did not count it, so we're going to count it now. Okay, so let's see how much that is all together. So we have 118 plus 9 plus 52, that's 179. So $179 went to our fixed expenses. So $2,216 minus 179 brings us down to $2,037. Okay, I'm going to bring that amount down to our variable expenses, $2,037. So I did check these earlier, the envelopes earlier, but we're just going to double check them right now to make sure I did everything right. Okay, food. So we put in 150 last week. So yeah, I thought so. It is empty. That means we spent 150. Last week for gas, we had $40 in our envelope because we had 20 from the first week and 20 from the second week, or 20 from the previous week and then 20 again. So that's 40, and we still haven't spent it. So when we get to the week 3 budget, we will make sure to count that as part of the amount of money in that envelope still. So that is 0 because we didn't actually spend it. For miscellaneous, we put $206 in here, but we only spent $70. So let's see, 206 minus 70. So we should have 136 still in this envelope, and I'm going to check that now. 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 115, 120, 125, 130, 131, 132, 133, 134, 135, 136. Yes, we have 136. Okay, so again, when we set up the budget for week 3, we need to make sure that we still count the 136 that is in there. Okay, so for spending money, we did the 45 and the savings challenge was 64. I know that's exactly what we say it's going to be, what we budgeted, because we do it 1 week later. So it's the exact amount. Okay, so altogether, let's see how much was spent on variable expenses this month. So 150 plus 70 plus 45 plus 64. $329. Okay, so 2,037 minus 329 is 1,708. Okay, moving up to our sinking funds. So we have 1708. And again, we do this once a month, and it's not we do it week 1, so we're not doing it this week. So we still have 1708. And it's the same with extra debt. We do that in week 1, any extra debt payments that we make. Okay, so that means we're going to come down to our extra savings, which I just consider rollover. So the way I handle my rollover is I do rollover at the end of every week. I roll over that amount to the next week to help cover bills and expenses. And then at the very end of the month, so week 4 or 5, depending on how many weeks are in the month, whatever we have for the rollover amount, all of that goes towards sinking funds and extra debt, because I start every month at 0. So that's just the way it works best for me and my family, is to do it that way. So we are going to roll over $1,708, bringing this week's budget down to 0, meaning we have a place for all of our money in our budget. Let's move on to week 3 and get week 3 set up. Okay, so week 3, let's see what the date range is. That is December 12th. So week 3, 12. So it goes from December 12th to December 18th. So our rollover is 1708. This is a really good month for us. We are not normally doing that. This is a new binder, so I don't have last month, but let's just say it was not like that. Okay, Etsy, we had another, it's okay, Mark. Okay, we had another great Etsy week. Mark's being very protective. Mark, it's okay. Okay, so we don't want to look at income. We want to look at take-home pay, because that's what we actually got to bring home. So we were able to bring home $617 this week. So if you're new here, my goal is $250 a week. So as you can see, December has been a very good month for us. The first week was Black Friday, and then this was the week after Black Friday. It still was really good. Okay, so our Etsy income was $617. And of course, we did take some of that out and put it towards our savings challenge, but we will get to that when we do the envelopes down below. Our Patreon money also came in, and that was $71. So let's see all together how much we have to work with this week. So we have 1708, 617, and 71. So that is $23.96. Okay, so bringing that down here to our bills. So this week, let's see what we have to pay. I do like a monthly overview of how the budget's going to go. I do that on Google Sheets, which is like Excel, and I do have a video explaining how to do this, like a very simple way to do it. So if you want to check that video out, then you can find that in on my channel. Okay, it's called Google Sheets, the video. So for bills this week, we're going to do MetroNet. That's the one that I thought was going to come out this week, but did not. So we have MetroNet for $89. We also have our city bill. This covers water and electricity, and it is $269. We are on budget billing, so no matter what we actually spend, it's always the same amount, and that's very helpful. And it also comes out automatically, so that's also very helpful. Okay, and then we have Netflix for $15. Okay, so let's see all together how much our bills are going to be this week, or our fixed expenses. So we have $89, $269, and $15. So $373. So $2,396 minus $373. So we're going to have $2,023 to work with for the next categories. So going down to our variable expenses, we have 2023. So our variable expenses are food, gas, miscellaneous, spending, and savings challenge. Okay, so let's do the savings challenge first because I know exactly how much that is. We did that today and we put aside $38 from our Etsy income to towards our savings challenge. And there is a video of that if you want to go back and check that out. Okay, so for food, so let's grab the money. I'm going to take the money out of here and distribute it into our other envelopes. Okay, so for starters, I'm going to count how much is in here and make sure that I have the correct amount. So we had 617 plus 71. So we had 688, and then we took out 38 for our savings challenge. So we should have $650 here to work with, but let's count to make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 50 and 1. 20, 40, 60, 10, 5, 10. These are like out of order because it was from Patreon. Okay, plus 70. So 650. Okay, let me get these in order real quick. Makes my life easier when they're in order. Okay. So where should we put this money? Let's decide that. So we normally put $150 towards food. You know what though? Okay, so I'm going to give us $200, and this is why. Because we usually spend $150 on food. And we pretty much buy the same things every week. But this week, I know we need dog food, and I know we need coffee. And we get those from Sam's, and they each cost $25, so that's $50 altogether. And if we use our $150, that would leave us $100 for everything else. And we have the money, so I'm going to go ahead and give us $200 to cover food this week. I want to be realistic. Okay, gas. You know, I usually put $20 in here, but we haven't spent this, and this will buy me a whole tank, so I just don't feel like I need to add anything else for gas. So I'm just going to have the $40 that we already have in there, plus nothing new. So that is a total of $40. I have to count this because this is part of our rollover, and if I didn't count this into the budget, then my budget would be off. Okay, so we're leaving that at 40. So it's the same thing with miscellaneous. It is in that rollover amount, so I need to make sure that I count that. And of course, I know we just recently counted it and I don't remember what it was, so I'm just going to have to count it again. So 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 115, 120, 125, 130, 131, 132, 133, 134, 135, 136. Okay, I did not need a calculator, so we're starting with 136. Let me see. So, okay, let's see. Let's come back to this. Let's come back to miscellaneous. Let's do the things that we know we need to do. We know it's for spending. We know that we're going to do 45. So 20 goes to David. I'm going to put that off to the side to give to him. 20 goes to me in my envelope. Let's see what I have left. I have 20, 40, 60, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69. I don't remember if I even spent anything this week. Can't remember. Logan. Oh, you know what? Okay, let's go ahead and top Logan off so that he can pay David back. And yeah, let's just go ahead and give him what he needs to pay David back. Somebody or several people have suggested I do that because I have all this extra money right now. And I agree. Let's just go ahead and get that taken care of. So 10, so he owes David $80. So if you're just joining us with this story, he accidentally bought some stuff with David's bank account for a game. He thought he was spending, like he thought he had earned rewards in the game, but he was actually spending real money. It was a mistake, but we need to pay David back because David doesn't have very much money either. So $80 is a really big deal to David. So what David said is go ahead and collect the $80, and then he is going to have Logan give it to him, and then he is going to give 40 of it back to Logan. So Logan's about to get $40. I'm sure he'll be very excited. Okay, 10, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, and 3. Let's see, 65. So 80 minus 65 is 15. So let's give Logan 15 today. Let's just give Logan this $3. That's why it's odd. Okay, 10, 20, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80. Okay, cool. So I'm going to give this to Logan to give to David, and then David will give him 40, and I'm also going to give this extra 3 to Logan as well. So I'm just going to set that off to the side. So for spending money, we gave David his 20, we gave me my 20, and we gave Logan 15, so that's 40, 50, 55. How much of this do we want to put towards miscellaneous, and how much do we want to just go ahead and put back into the account so that we have that money for to help pay off sinking funds and extra debt at the end of the month? I want as much of this to go towards sinking funds and debt as possible. We have one of the debts we're trying to pay off is we still owe $900 to a credit card that we recently had to add to a credit card, so we want to get that paid off right away. So that's my first goal. And then my second goal, like you guys, I talked about this in my Etsy income video. My shop is currently in debt. I don't even know like how much debt we're in. I have to look. I want to say like, this is bad, you guys. I want to say we're at $6,000 of debt for the shop. It's separate from our family account, but it sure does feel like I'm in debt. You know what I mean? I know, like even though it's business debt, the problem is I was putting 20% of our income towards business expenses, and it wasn't enough. So anytime I needed something for the business, but I didn't have enough money, I used the business credit card to get it, and now the business is in debt. So I think that's going to be our focus. After we get that first $900 of family debt paid off, then everything extra we have is going to go towards helping to get our business debt paid off. Okay, so let's just put $5 towards miscellaneous this week. We'll add another 5, and then all of this will go back into our account and eventually go towards paying off debt. Okay, so we added 5. So that's what is that? 136 plus 5, 141. Okay, let me just set this aside for a minute here. So 200 plus 40 plus 141 plus 55 plus 38 is 474. Okay, so 2023 minus 474 is 1549. Okay, and again, we are not doing sinking funds and debts and the extra debt this week. So I'm just going to bring all of that information over here. So that brings us down to our extra savings. So we are going to roll over $1,549 to help cover bills next week, and then eventually at the end of the month cover debt, both personal and business debt. So this money just goes back into the bank because I need to have it in the bank because this is part of that $15.49. So let's see, 1, 2, 253, 350, 360, 370, 380, 390. So we're going to put $390 back into the bank. Okay, so if I've made any mistakes, guys, please let me know in the description box below. I'm sorry it got a little mixed up there. Hopefully if I made any mistakes, you guys can help me figure it out because I need to be as accurate as possible. And I really appreciate when you point out mistakes because it helps me stay accurate. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, will you please give it a thumbs up? And I will see you all again next time. Bye everyone.